Hi, and before we start, here's a word from our sponsor. That's right, there isn't one. I'm really excited about that development, that there are no sponsors, no advertising on this podcast. And as far as I'm concerned, there never will be. Now, you see, if you listen to podcasts and watch the telly and anything like what I do, you'll have heard so many people, having words from their advertiser, their sponsor and things like that. And to me, I understand it, but it does get in the way sometimes and it's very repetitious. And then you listen to each one and they go over and over again. And yes, I know I go on and bang on about sharing, but the whole point about the sharing of the podcast is only if you like it, of course, and hopefully that's the reason why you're here listening, is to get more listeners, which makes this podcast more popular and gets it more popular in iTunes, etc. But more importantly than that, it goes with that philosophy of the generative field of learning, where we are here to share, to learn, to stretch ourselves, develop ourselves, become aware in different dimensions of ourselves, physically, mentally, spiritually, all of that stuff. And that's what I want to do. Now, the only way, I'm going to do it anyway, but here's one thing. I have got a sponsor of a kind, and I'm really excited about it because it's a new website of mine called paulcloughonline.com. Now, why am I telling you this now, and why am I calling it a sponsor? Now, you see, running a podcast costs money. There's initial setups, the cost of the recording equipment, the studio I'm in. Then there's time recording, editing. And then there's the cost of the hosting platforms such as SoundCloud, Libsyn, all that stuff, all costs money a year. And at the moment, and this is where I want it to be, that's all funded by me and me alone. I do everything. And you can probably notice that by, in simplicity, there's genius, and some of the stuff I do is, it's simply good, but also some of the other things are very simple in their setup. And that's the way I like it to be. It's a little bit rough and ready, but I want to be ready, and we can always smooth off the edges as we go along, which is why I have gone into this venture by developing paulcloughonline.com. And so what it's for, it's a venture to support this podcast, the Personal Development Unplugged podcast and the 5-minute quickies. And it does it by, I'm selling things. But I hope, and it's my intention, to sell only good quality programs, good quality hypnosis. And it's all by me. They're personal development programs. The very first one, I don't know if I told you about it, I think I did, was all about free your life from anxiety. And following with this philosophy of sharing, I wanted to make sure, first of all, that it's dead right for you. So the first 5 days are absolutely free. In fact, in those first 5 days, you may even just let go of that anxiety all by yourself, just by listening to the information contained in those 5 audios. And they come to you on an email one day after the other. And that's it. In fact, they're not audios, they're video. So you actually get to see my face as well. So that's how rough it is. And then after that, you get another 7 segments of the program, one every 3 days, which consists of a video, an audio of the video, so you can listen to it while you're walking your dog, as I do, and things like that, and a specific hypnosis track just to that particular segment. And each segment builds upon each. So at the end of those 7 segments, we say goodbye to anxiety. And again, there's a money back guarantee on that, because I want to make sure that even that, having gone through the 5 days, even that is dead right for you. Because if it isn't, it's not right for you. I wouldn't want to charge you with it. But if it is, obviously pays you money, but that money goes into the upkeep of this podcast. There's going to be more programs. The next one in line is Supreme Inner Confidence. Not just that outer confidence where people go, you're too confident, overconfident. But when you have supreme inner confidence, you become competent and confident in your inner self. And that's soon to come online. And that's a 3-stage way of building your supreme inner confidence. But each stage has 2 mini stages in. So there's a real pack full of information. And again, specific hypnosis tracks, 2 hypnosis tracks to each stage. I'm really excited about that. That's ongoing at the moment. And then on top of that, there's some hypnosis tracks, the first of which is deep relaxation. That's a 20-minute hypnosis track to get deep hypnosis and deep relaxation. But attached to that, there's a shorter, like instant relaxation, which you could take out and about with you. So if you've got 5 minutes and you're sitting in the car, you're waiting at your lunchtime, you could pop that on and relax in 5 minutes. One leads to the other, and you go backwards and forwards, whatever you like. And there's also one I really enjoyed making this one. It's creating your own inner sanctuary. It's like creating an inner sanctuary in your mind. It's like those, I don't know if you know of the television program, Sherlock Holmes, where he used to go to his inner mind palace to solve problems. Well, this is the very same thing. Well, not the same thing, obviously, because it's mine and it's called the inner sanctuary. But when you create your inner sanctuary, then you can extend it by another hypnosis track. And then there's 2 lengths of hypnosis. You can go into your inner sanctuary to either solve problems, maybe just rest, maybe just have more even deep relaxation, or you can have like maybe healing or just going back into good memories, meeting people from the past, whatever you choose, because it's your own inner sanctuary. So I was really excited when I did it, and I'm just as excited now that it's there for you. And if you go there, anyway, just go and have a look. All you've got to lose then is a few moments of your time. And I don't think you will lose that time. It'll be time well invested. And if you register for the 5-day, the initial 5 days of the Free Your Life Anxiety Program, you'll get, well, an opportunity to get the deep relaxation hypnosis tracks at a really reduced price. And also, I'm not going to tell you this for certain, but people who do register will get surprise gift hypnosis packages in the future, because that's what it's all about. I think giving more than you're paying for. So whatever you invest, I hope to give you more than you could ever think of in that investment. So your return on investment is going to be massive. Over deliver. That's my going to be my little motto for that. So do have a look, because you see that is going to help sponsor. If you don't, I'm more than happy that maybe you could just share it. Register anyway, because you never know, in the future that little gift of a hypnosis track will come your way, and more. It'll be like a newsletter maybe of new things happening. But generally I like to give more away than anything else. And again, you could just do service to this podcast by showing your support by sharing this information too, getting other people to go to paulcloughonline.com. And see, even if no one buys a thing, no one takes part. Please do. But no, even if no one takes, I'm still going to be doing this. I'm still going to be sharing. I'll still be putting all my resources into doing this. But it'd be nice just to, be able to give back and then have this podcast being just supported a little bit by us all, but getting good quality stuff in return. So this is, as I said right at the very beginning headline, not a word from our sponsor, because sponsoring, advertising is not going to be part of Personal Development Unplugged. This is our domain. This is our family, as it were, our team. So be part of that team. Support it in any way you can. Pay it forward. That's basically the motto. I'm paying forward a lot of the stuff that I've been given or I know. And I know in some way or other it's going to bear fruit in other people, bear fruit in the world. And good things come. Good things always come back. So I'll keep doing these good things. And I really just look forward to speaking with you either through the paulcloughonline.com website with the programs and the new developments I'm going to be bringing to it, or just in the podcast as normal. Okay. So the most important thing you could do right now is have more happiness than you can stand. And love every heartbeat. I'm going to speak to you real soon. Bye-bye now. And thank you so much for listening.
Personal development, unplugged.